Welcome to Awake to Oneness Radio. I am Caroline Chang, your host. Also, Happy New Year. This is my first show of 2018. Actually, New Year. I'm trying something new. But let me introduce the show. Welcome to Awake to Oneness Radio. The mission of Awake to Oneness Radio is to inspire the world to awaken to the universal truth of oneness. Science is now teaching us that all life is interconnected and interdependent, that we're literally all one. What you do to another person, you're actually doing to another aspect of yourself. And spirituality and ancient wisdom has been teaching the truth of oneness for eons. So it's not something new. And it's not even new scientifically. Quantum physics has proven that everything is energy, and that energy is all interconnected. And quantum physics has proven that over 100 years ago. So we're not even talking new science, okay? Once mankind has truly awakened to the universal truth of oneness, there will be peace on earth. Because when you understand that everything is interconnected, you will not want to harm another person, and that will just automatically bring world peace. Like I said, Happy New Year. It's a new year. My birthday is tomorrow, actually, and this show will be airing on my birthday, January 12th. I wanted to try something new, kind of step out of my comfort zone. I got the inspiration to start Awake to Oneness Radio 3 years ago in January of 2015. My first show aired in March of 2015. So now I'm going into my third year of Awake to Oneness Radio, and I've always had a guest. Today, it's me. Okay, so this is me stepping out of my comfort zone. I wanted to start the new year by doing a show with just me sharing from my heart and my soul and my experience. Just wanted to do something that was new and, like I said, something stepping out of my comfort zone, because I love doing the show. I love having guests. I've had amazing guests. I'm trying to think. I've done like 98 shows so far, something like that. I'm losing count. Soon I'll be doing my 100th show, and I really, really just get such a joy from all of my guests and sharing with all of my guests. But Spirit has encouraged me to do a show for my birthday with just me sharing my truth. And also the title, sorry, I didn't even introduce the show topic. The title of this show is Unity in Diversity. And I chose that title because I think it's very important when we think about unity in diversity. We are all individual aspects of God, individual aspects of divine, all that is. I like, personally, instead of using the term God, which is great, I have nothing against the term God, but I like what kind of defines God in a better way is all that is. God is all that is, and we are a part of all that is and can never be separated. But even as we're like cells of God, and even though we are a part of God and can never be separated, and we're all connected, we're all one, we are unique. We are unique aspects of God, and that uniqueness needs to be cherished and honored, whether someone is of a different faith, different belief system, doesn't matter. We're still all one, whether we know it or not, whether we're awake to oneness or not, we're still all one. That doesn't change. And if someone has different beliefs than you, it doesn't mean you can't love that person or you can't be respectful of that person. So that's why the title of this show is Unity in Diversity, because we are unique aspects of oneness, and that does not mean being a clone of each other. We all have our different beliefs, our different things that resonate different, our uniqueness, and that should be honored and respected. What comes to mind is a recent encounter I had watching a football game. I'm not really I'll be totally honest, I'm not a true football fan. I know very little bit about football, but I do like when the Eagles beat the Giants. That's my thing. I have my Eagles hat, I have my Eagles jersey, I have Eagles pajamas, I have Eagles slippers. So when the Eagles are playing the Giants, I always watch that game, and I'm always rooting for the Eagles, and we almost always win. But this year, the Eagles happen to be number 1 in the NFL, and they might actually win a Super Bowl for the first time in their lives. That would be amazing. So now that the Eagles are in the playoffs and they're doing so well this year, I've been watching more footballs when the Eagles play. And I don't have regular television, so I don't have cable or satellite. So to watch a football game, I usually go to a sports lounge or something, of a restaurant that is showing the game. So I was recently at a sports lounge watching the Eagles game, and I met a gentleman who we started talking and conversing, and it was very interesting, the conversation. I always give out my card. I always mention Awake to Oneness Radio. So he saw my card and said, "Oneness, what is this all about?" And we got into a very interesting conversation. He pretty much is very fundamental Christian, which is great. Like I told him in the beginning of our conversation, I have respect for all beliefs. And we sat there way past when the game was over. Matter of fact, we barely paid attention to the game. The conversation was so delightful. And here are two people. Now, his beliefs are very different than my beliefs. And I'll just different. Different does not mean better or worse. They're his beliefs. And I have the utmost respect for his beliefs. So what I really came away from that conversation, 4 hours we sat there and talked, very pleasant conversation. Here are two people with two totally different belief systems that can have a very pleasant interaction, you know. So that's what unity in diversity is all about. It's about being able to share in a loving way your beliefs and to listen, really listen to someone else. I mean, and you listen with your ears, not your mouth. So meaning, when you're really listening to someone, you can't be talking. You have to really listen to what they're saying. Now, you may not resonate with what they're saying. It may not be your belief, which is fine. But to really respect them and to honor them for who they are, for the divine aspect of God of who they are. You have to see that they are not separate from you. Even if their skin color is different, their belief system is different. Everything about them on the outside is different. But you know, on the inside, you're both divine aspects of God. And you can respect and love each other in that knowing. And that knowing that in truth, no matter what the outer appearance is, no matter what the outer beliefs are, the inner is the same. and connected. So that's what the true meaning of oneness is all about. When I do my show, I say all the time, I don't consider myself a teacher or a guru or any of that. My truth, I believe that the truth comes from within each of us. And truth comes from your own personal experiences. So from your experiences and from you going within and really tapping into what resonates as true. And I use the word resonate because everything is frequency, everything is vibration. So not everything is going to resonate with you. What I'm saying may not resonate with you, which is fine. I'm just sharing what resonates with me and doing my best to live the truth that resonates with inside of me. And that's what I ask everybody to do. It's not about a book. It's not about a teacher. It's not about a guru. It's not about a religion. It's about what's in your heart. Because we all know what resonates as true in our hearts. And that's where we go inside to tap into what resonates as true for us and then live that truth. Bring it out. Share it with others. I mean, we don't try to beat everybody over the head with our truth. You know, it's our truth, you know, and trying to convince people that you're right or, you know, that your truth is better is just showing that you are not fully awake to the fact that all truths are true. All truths are truths to that person that is believing them, because we create our reality from our beliefs. So if a person has a set of beliefs, their beliefs are creating their reality. Now, we are all one, but we are multidimensional aspects of God, creating our own unique reality. So, and I'll talk more about that when I go over my divine truths. And I say mine because, again, this is my truth that I'm sharing and doing my best in every now moment to live my truth. On my website, there's a page called Divine Truths, and I'll actually go over those with you guys one by one. So if you go to my website, awaketoonenessradio.org, there's a page called Divine Truths, and the subtitle is My Divine Truth. I use my, again, because this is the truth. These are the truths that resonate with me. And all I'm doing is sharing them, not insisting that anyone believe them. Okay, you have to live your own truth. And I'll repeat that. Sometimes I do repeat myself. I repeat that because I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to tell them what to believe. Okay, so I printed out a list so I could read them from my website. The first one, nothing exists but God. God is all that is. So that's what I'm saying. There is nothing outside of God. Anything that exists, it is a part of God. So in truth, there is no evil in my belief system, because if it exists, it's a part of God. And everything that exists that is a part of God. Now it's vibration. I try not to use the terms good, bad, evil, good. I like the words vibration, higher vibration, lower vibration. You know, lower vibration is a more dense vibration. I think this physical reality that we are living within right now is very dense. So it's at a lower vibration than the spiritual realm. Now there's no separation between the spiritual realm and the physical realm, except vibration, the density of it. So spirit and physical reality are one, because everything is one. There is no separation. Separation is an illusion. and everything is interconnected. So I like to term things as higher vibration or lower vibration, and I prefer, being at a higher vibration. That's my preference. Okay. I think when I think of high vibration, I think of joy, I think of peace, I think of fun, I think of laughter, all these things, excitement. These are high vibration emotions. And when I think of a lower vibration emotion, it's sadness and depression and fear and loneliness, all these things that are considered more of a lower vibration emotion. And I do listen to Abraham Hicks a lot. Oh, I just love me some Abraham Hicks. And I like how Abraham talks about, if you do find yourself depressed and really, really vibrating at a low emotional vibration, to gradually try to think of thoughts that can raise your vibration gradually. So I like that concept. Sometimes we can't go from 0 to 100 or 0 to 1,000 like that, so we can, do things like, for me, oh my goodness, there's so many things that lift my vibration. I love being in nature. I love sitting by the lake, just, watching the water. I love watching the sunset. I love boating, and I have my own jet ski. That's fun. I love hiking, camping, listening to music. There's soaking in my jacuzzi tub. I love doing that with candles and meditating, and there's so many things I can do that help me to raise my vibration. So it's going to be different for everyone. Whatever resonates with you, just do that to kind of, if there's something happening in your life that is really bringing you down, just the best you can, try to shift your attention to something more pleasant to help to raise that vibration. Let's see. Okay, let's move on down the list. So the first, like I said, nothing exists out of God. God is all there is. That is oneness. All there is God. Okay, no one is separate from God. No one is separate from you. You and God are one. You can never be separated from God, and you can never be separated from another individual. So this is all a part of the oneness. Truly understanding oneness. There is no separation. And I know a lot of people talk oneness, which is great. But to really embody it, like I said, I'm not a teacher. I'm not a guru. What the best way I can share the truth of oneness is to live it, to be an example of oneness. That is the best way I can really share it. I do try to reach as many as I can with the radio show, and I love doing the podcast. I love, like I said, the guests. This is my joy, and following my passion, following my joy is important to our life's work. Well, it's why we came here. We chose to be here, and just following what you love to do, you're on the right path to why you came. Okay, next one, number 3. You are a creator of your own holographic, multidimensional reality with your thoughts, words, emotion, and actions. This reality is an illusion of our own creation. It's like a movie or a play. And I think the first thing we realize when we transition back into spirit is like, oh, that wasn't real. That was just a dream. It's a dream, it's a movie, it's a play of our own creation. And also being aspects of God, knowing that when you know that you are, when you know who you are, you know you are a divine aspect of God, you can't be hurt. You can't, there's nothing to fear. I think I'm jumping ahead on my list here, but so you're creating this reality, and when you own it 100%, you are creating it, and you're creating your reality from within, and you're experiencing it. Only you. There's truly nothing outside of you. You are the you in the universe, and your universe, and we each are. And see, that's the wonderful thing about life, the paradox. See, the fact that we're all one, but we're all creating our own unique realities is a paradox. And that's why it's difficult for the human mind, to really grab hold of some of these concepts, because they're all paradoxes. It's not this or that. It's this and that, always. It's always both. It's yin and the yang. It's the black and the white. It's always both. It's never one or the other. Okay. So next, this goes on to the next point. Says nothing is painful that you know is not real. Talking about the reality that we're creating. It's not real. It's an experience that we're creating, and we're creating it for a reason. We're creating this experience for our highest good. So it has great value, even though it's not empirically real, but it has great value. And when you know that you're creating it, you know you're creating it for your highest good. No matter what happens, you know that you created it, and you created it for your highest good. It's hard for it to become painful in that moment. I can share this from my own experience. Many of you that have listened to me, that follow me, are aware that my only son, Kyle, transitioned into spirit. Oh, goodness. I guess it's 3.5 years now. Time just goes by. But at the moment of his transition, I was at complete peace, because I knew he was not going. I knew that what he and I were experiencing together was a soul agreement. And I knew that whatever I experienced for my highest good, and he experienced for his highest good, and that experience was for the highest good of all. That's just whatever happens, to know that everything is happening in perfect divine timing, and it's you are the author and creator of it, and you are the author and creator of it for your highest good. There is no separation from your higher self, your soul self, your God self, than this self. There's no separation. They're one. Now, the higher self knows all the time. Doesn't forget anything. The us here doesn't remember that, okay, we chose to be here. We are creating this for our highest good, and nothing can harm us. We don't remember that all the time. That's why it's called awakening up to remembering waking up to remember who we are and why we came. That's what it's about. And that is all uniquely individual for each person. Okay, so next, going on, there is no such thing as death. There is only eternal life. And so when we know there's no such thing as death, and there's only eternal life, there's nothing to fear. And there's truly, even when our loved ones, now we're going to miss their physical presence, of course. I miss fussing at Kyle. Okay? And that's what we did. Kyle, did I? Yeah. I miss fussing at him, but I know he's still with me. I know he's not gone. Matter of fact, he's told me from the spirit realm that he is the co-host of this show. He loves what I'm doing. And so, yes, his physical presence is not here. But I know that I know in my heart, he's still with me. And that brings me joy. And that joy he feels. Because if I was sad all the time, missing him and crying all the time, he feels that, you know? And our loved ones on the other side do not want us to feel that. They don't want us to feel, they want us to think of them and think of the fun and the joy we had together. And when you think of them, think of the love and the fun and the joy. And you can still tell them a joke and laugh with them because they're still with us. They're still here. Okay. There is only, okay, I think I said that twice. There's only eternal life, and life is ever changing. Like science has proven, everything is energy. The energy cannot be created or destroyed. That's God. That's all that is this energy that is love, unconditional love, unconditional peace, unconditional joy. That's what this energy is that creates everything, that is everything. And it's always changing form. But it's never destroyed. So that's why there is no death. It's just a change of form. Okay. And truth, there's only love, unconditional love. I'm going to use that word because I told you I met a gentleman. He was a fundamental Christian, which is fine. And one of the questions I asked him is, what is his thoughts of unconditional love? Because for me, unconditional love is exactly that. Unconditional. Agape is one of the words from the Bible, which means unconditional love. Agape love, meaning there's no conditions. So for me, there is no such thing as hell. Like you're going to burn an eternity for hell because you did what? Really? And you're God. So I'm like, no, it just doesn't. Hell and unconditional love do not resonate together for me personally. I'm just sharing my truth. So unconditional love is exactly that. Unconditional love. No matter what your politics are, and I'm not political at all, no matter what your skin color, with your religion, where you live, nothing. It's unconditional love. It's just that. Okay. This life experience is our soul has chosen this life experience, and whatever happens to us happens by soul agreement. Okay, now I know a lot of people have difficulty with this. Like, there are no such things as accidents, or coincidences. Everything happens by soul agreement. We come into this life experience and we leave this life experience by our own accord. So even if a baby only lives a few hours, that was that soul's choice. If you live to 199, that's that soul's choice. There's no too soon when a soul transitions back into spirit. It's never too soon. And it's all by agreement, meaning if we get shot walking to the grocery store, that was a soul agreement between the shooter and you. It's like, okay, you're going to shoot me. You're going to kill me this life. Next time, I'm going to get you. You know, it is that kind of a game. It's like a video, one of these video games. Okay, in this game, I'll shoot you. Next game, you shoot me. It's that, it truly is. It's all by a soul agreement. No one can take your life. You are sovereign, divine light. That is what you are. And the only way that another person can take another person's life is via soul agreement. And I know a lot of people have difficulty understanding this from a human perspective, but from a soul perspective, it's It's just the way it is. From a soul perspective, from my vantage point, from my perspective, okay? Because all I can share is my perspective, okay? I'm laughing now because the gentleman I was talking to at the football game, watching the football game, he wanted me to share his truths on my show. And I was like, no, it's okay, but it's all good. The other thing is time. Time is an illusion. All there is the here and now. One of my most powerful books is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I know many people have heard of this book. It's one of my favorite books. I've read it many a times. Interesting thing, I just started reading The New Earth by Eckhart Tolle last night. So it's interesting because I've read The Power of Now many times, and I'm just now getting into The New Earth. I love Eckhart Tolle, awesome. But The Power of Now teaches us or shows us or talks about how there is just the here and now, past, present, future. Well, past and future are really simultaneously happening in the now. And that's also kind of hard to understand. We use time linear. Time is a tool for us in this reality, and it has its purpose. Everything in this reality has its purpose. So time has its purpose, but in truth, in the spiritual realm, all there is the here and now, and everything is happening right here, right now. And so to be present is very important to awakening. Just being still, stillness, and presence is very important to help in the awakening process. For me personally, I've lived a very solitary life, not necessarily by conscious choice. Now, I say that not by conscious choice because my whole life, or majority of my life, I felt extremely lonely and longed for companionship and a big family and lots of friends, and always longed for that. But never, my higher self never created that reality for me. But I have to say, I have to admit that my solitude has been a blessing, because my solitude has given me the ability to quiet my mind and to go within and to look for answers within, because I could not, I did like everybody else. I was looking for answers on the outside of myself and just got frustrated and felt lonely and hurt, all those things, disconnected, all those things. So finally, I turned within. Meditation. Matter of fact, I started meditating, oh goodness, I can't say the year, but I used to suffer from really severe migraine headaches. I mean, so severe that sometimes I would be in the bed for 3 days with the blinds closed, no light, unplug the telephone, just try, I suffered from terrible migraines, and I would have them 2 or 3 times a month until I started meditating. And I would say within 2 weeks after starting to meditate, just quiet my mind, deep breathing, focusing on my breath, quieting my mind, deep breathing exercises for 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day. When I started doing that, within 2 weeks, I never had another migraine headache. So for those of you who suffer from migraine, I'm telling you, it worked miracles for me. So just, for me, it's been a gradual process of awakening. I would say the key in my awakening process came in 2007 when I watched What the Bleep, a quantum physics documentary, and Lynn McTaggart's sentence, there's one statement was, the biggest problem in the world today is the illusion of separateness. That statement, something woke up inside of me, and it resonated as true. And in an internal, not mental, not human mind kind of true, but heartfelt truth, soul awakening truth. And so that was the beginning of my awakening. And I still, like I said, every now moment is another opportunity for me to ground myself in the truth of my knowing. And I just really, really wanted to do this show and share this with my listeners, I have many listeners and followers that will send me emails of encouragement, and I'm so thankful for all of them, because this is just my passion and my joy. Also, many of my listeners have asked me to write a book. And I am now encouraged, inspired, because for me, everything is inspiration. Before I could sit down and write a book, I needed to be inspired. And I got the inspiration this past year, 2017, Mother's Day, actually, of 2017, is where the title of the book is Thankful I Am Awake in the Dream of My Own Creation. So the title is Thankful I Am Awake, exclamation point. I like exclamation points. And the subtitle is In the Dream of My Own Creation. And this year, 2018 is the year I plan to write this book. I've started it. I started it on Mother's Day of 2017, but I am going to complete my book this year. And also my son, when I had my first reading with one of my amazing guests, who will be my guest next week, Suzanne Giesman. She's going to be my guest next week. She just came out with her new book, which is Still Right Here. Great. I can't wait. But I had a reading on Kyle's birthday of 2016, which was Thanksgiving Day, 2016. And in that reading, Kyle said, Mom, you have a book in you. So with encouragement from Kyle, from my cousin, Lisa. Hey, Lisa. Lisa, my cousin, has been telling me to write a book. And my listeners that have been encouraging me to write a book, I am going to be writing my first book this year. And I can't wait to actually go through the process of publishing my first book and getting feedback from all you beautiful listeners and readers out there. I just, this is a new year. Actually, there's so many wonderful things. Me being born January 12th, I am a Capricorn. And Saturn, I'm not big on following astrology, but I had a guest, Barbara Goldsmith, over a year ago. And she gave me a reading online, which was on the show, which was really great, a mini reading, which was really great. But since that show, I've been following astrology a little bit, knowing that everything is interconnected. So, of course, the planets are interconnected with our life. And it turns out that Capricorn, Saturn recently moved into Capricorn, which means that Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. And that's a good thing for Capricorns. That's all I know. I don't know. I am not an astrologist. I can't give, but all I know is that all that the astrology people that I've been kind of following on YouTube are saying that it is a good year for Capricorn. So I was like, it's a good year to write my book. So so I'm really, really excited about the new year. I'm really excited to continue with Awake to Oneness Radio and all of the wonderful all of the wonderful things and excitement that this year holds for all of us. So this is my birthday show that will be airing on my birthday, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Please comment, let me know what you think, and just share everything in love. Just share yourself with me as I'm sharing myself with you in love. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you are enjoying this. Again, I'm open to comments and suggestions. And also, like it is a new year. I'm lining up new guests. And if you know of someone that you think would be a great guest for me, please shoot me an email, comment, let me know. And I'd love to invite them as a guest. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you wonderful listeners out there. And I am going to enjoy my birthday. I've got plans for my birthday weekend. So I'm just going to be pampering myself, having fun with friends and family, and enjoying a new year. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your emails. Thank you for your support. And I appreciate all of you and just love everyone. Okay. I'm going to say bye for now. Love you. Bye-bye.